Good morning, everybody, here from Chicago. It is early, and I'm going in for a minor surgery today with my gums, so I just wanted to try and talk about a few things before I went in. The United States men's national team got the win yesterday. They won the Gold Cup, whatever the fuck that means. Bruce Arena is undefeated in 14 matches, so obviously that's solid. But he tried many different variations throughout this entire tournament to just try and find who he believes would be the next best solid player for World Cup qualifying, which is, of course, the key after the Gold Cup. So Jozy Altidore had a free kick. It was awesome. But there was an injury that led up to that point near halftime where Andre Blake, the Jamaican goalkeeper and Philadelphia Union player, appeared to have hurt his finger, and he was taken out of the game, though their backup did just fine. That was a blow for Jamaica. It was a blow for every other team that faced the United States because they didn't have the amount of experience that Bruce Arena put into this side, especially when it counted, when they got to the quarterfinals, semifinals, and then, of course, the final. It's their sixth Gold Cup. I think it's great. It's awesome. The player of the tournament for the United States men's national team is Jordan Morris, and here's why. He won with the Seattle Sounders, the MLS Cup. He won the Gold Cup, and then he scored 3 goals as well. So he's playing tremendous, and also he won with Stanford and an NCAA tournament title. I like how he tried, Bruce Arena, this is different variations, and we're just seeing something so different in comparison to Jurgen Klinsmann, mainly with the back line. He rotated Graham Zusi and a few others because of the void that DeAndre Yedlin left. It's still a major issue. Matt Besler played really well. I thought Omar Gonzalez played pretty well. The guy who impressed me the most, aside from Jordan Morris, was Darlington Nagbe from Liberia, born in Liberia, 27 years old, yet he looks like a spry 22. Played very, very well in midfield. Yet again, this is a tournament that the United States men's national team should win. So am I impressed? No. Do I think it's great that they won? Absolutely. But now we turn our attention to the most important of them all. It's cool that they won the Gold Cup, but we turn to World Cup qualifying because in the Hex, they sit third right now with 8 points behind Costa Rica, who they play in a World Cup qualifier. So in a way, it's a rematch from the Gold Cup. And they're chasing Mexico, who lead CONCACAF with 14 points. This is going to be a difficult stretch for a team that I think is looking for leadership. Now, granted, Christian Pulisic was not available for this tournament, and leadership is the wrong word. They have the leadership with Michael Bradley and Timmy Howard. But my question is, with World Cup qualifying, firstly, they cannot afford to drop any of their opening games. And here's the schedule, in case you're curious. September 1st against Costa Rica, Honduras, Panama, Trinidad and Tobago. Tell me why they shouldn't go 4-0. This is a team that has the talent. It just seems like they can't necessarily put it together in the right spots. And going back to the Gold Cup, there are so many times where not only were they susceptible to counterattacks, they're terrible against corners and free kicks. And not only with that, there are so many times where they will turn the ball over and everyone will be so behind, but also it's just bad, timely turnovers. Now, granted, that is Jamaica with a pretty good defensive line, not amazing. Can this team, United States, keep up with a Germany? Can they keep up with powerhouse countries like that? I don't know, and frankly, I don't think so. But if they make the World Cup, that is the first start in the right direction, and then we could see the Christian Pulisic show in the World Cup in Russia in 2018. Mexico, meanwhile, opens up their World Cup qualifying, who the United States is chasing. Panama, Costa Rica, Trinidad and Tobago. Nothing easy for these two teams, but I do believe that they should both be undefeated in their first 3 to 4 matches. The last point about the United States men's national team, and this is a question that I have for all of you. Are you pleased with what you've seen? Are you upset with what you saw? Are you happy with what you saw? It's a serious question because I'm still feeling like this is a team that should have won by at least 2 goals, if not 3, and then we'd be a little bit more convinced, especially against teams that didn't put out their best side, a la Mexico. Let me know your thoughts. Get at me on Twitter, @RickStrom, and subscribe to TYT Sports.